Well, I get home from heading to the post office to send some things out that I sold from my O-scale collection. And guess what I see at my front porch? My Class 1 Model Works order that I placed earlier in the year for the hoppers that they had put out. I can't wait to open this up. Looking forward to get these out of the boxes and putting them on the layout. I'm actually stoked that these are here. They are not the 20-foot-2 auto racks as delivered as says in the box. This is just an outside packaging, and we'll get them out of the box as quickly as possible and on the layout. It's been a busy couple days. We've had Scale Trains deliver the 33-gallon spiral jacketed tank cars, and now today we received the Class 1 Model Works hoppers. Can't get any better than this. Kevin from Kevin's Trains here, and I just opened up the Class 1 Model Works PS3000CD order that I got, and I was pleasantly surprised to see the magnificent outer boxing that Class 1 did for these units. With the American flag, the happy 250th birthday America labeled across the front. They knocked that one out of the park as far as I'm concerned. The box looks fantastic, and I hope the cars are as well. We're gonna get to these shortly, but I did order 6 of them, and they are all going to be on the layout. We're gonna do a review of 1 or 2 of them, nothing spectacular, but to give you an idea, I ordered a Burlington Northern Santa Fe. I ordered 2 of those. I ordered 2 Conrails, and I ordered 2 CSXTs. And the reason I ordered the 2 CSXTs and the Conrails is because I live in northern New Jersey, spend a lot of time down here in South Carolina, and along the river line, you'll see a lot of Conrail and CSX transportation. Haven't seen a lot of the Burlington Northern Santa Fe stuff, but since I just got the brand new Burlington Northern Santa Fe hoppers from Scale Trains and the 2 engines from Scale Trains, I decided to order these. So I'm looking forward to them. If you're interested, the model number on the Burlington Northern Santa Fe's are FC-01004, FC-01007. On the Conrails, we're looking at FC-01008 and 009. And on the CSX transportation, the item number is FC-01018 and 01019. We'll get to the road numbers on them when we do some analysis of these vehicles. And you shouldn't use vehicles, but I did. So I've taken all 6 units out of the master shipping carton that they came in. And once again, I really like to give Class 1 Model Works kudos for the packaging on the outside of these things. The happy 250th birthday America box with the flag was really a nice touch, and I think these things are spectacular from that perspective. I ordered 6 of them, and I ordered 2 Burlington Northern Santa Fe's, 2 Conrails, and 2 CSX transportations. The Burlington Northern Santa Fe's are item number FC-01004 and 1007. The Conrail is FC-01008 and 1009. And the CXT transportation is FC-01018 and 019. I just wanted to go through real quickly one of them. I'm not going to take them all out and review every one of them because they're essentially the same. But I wanted to take a look at this thing. First of all, the graphics on this car are sharp as can be. They did a magnificent job doing them. What you see here is a replica of what Conrail wanted. Each Tier 1, Tier 2 railroad ordered these cars with their own specifications. So while these are very prototypical of Conrail, you know, you're going to have differences between Burlington Northern Santa Fe, CSX transportation. A lot of that is timing as well, because obviously Conrail was absorbed into CSX transportation. But, you know, you're going to have different ones for Union Pacific, etc. One of the really cool things on this particular unit was the attention to detail that Class 1 Model Works did with this thing. So I'm going to try to get close up. Obviously, it's hard with an HO device, but you can see the brake wheel. You can see the piping. You can see the bladder for the air tank. The plumbing on here is very spectacular, very prototypical. We have hand-applied ladders on the rooftop. It is a metal rooftop, which surprised me quite a bit. I didn't expect that. Some of them that you get in the marketplace are obviously plastic because it's cheaper to make than it is to put on a metal rooftop. But you have catwalks on both sides of the car, as well as the 4 hatches on there for the 2-bay hoppers. One of the interesting things that they did was, if you take a look at the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to try to make this easy to take a look at, across the bottom where the framing is, you'll see the in this particular race, Conrail's road number, 883924. Each one of these cars has the road number down below the bottom. So that's really kind of a cool thing. And I'm going to flip it over, and as you can see, you know, there's the hatches to release the 2 bays on each side. We have, you know, trucks, coupler, and on the other end, sorry about flipping it around, it's not quite as detailed, but obviously you have the ladder and you have road number on the right-hand side where you can see Conrail, and you see the cut bar and most of the things you do expect on a rail car. Looking at the other side, the Conrail logo here is obviously very crisp. Again, and all the information related to the type of the car, its weight, its capacity, and all the information you would need on this vehicle. I call it a vehicle, it should be calling it a car, is right there labeled on the side. And what's nice is if you get close, you can actually read it, which is amazing because in some instances, the graphics aren't that crisp on whether it's an O scale or HO. Sometimes the graphics are not clear. As you go down here, you can see some of the more information related to the car itself. And again, I'm going to try to get a little closer, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to read any of that stuff because it's not coming through well in the camera, but it's there. So I think for Class 1 Model Works, they did a really good job of representing Conrail. Can't wait to get the other 2 of them out there. Now, I bought these directly from Class 1 Model Works when they had their pre-order. I got a slightly better deal on them because I did a pre-order, but the retail price is $69.99. You can get them directly from Class 1 Model Works or any dealer that carries the product. I did it direct because it was just easier. I wanted to try to hit the free shipping number, and I, of course, didn't do that. So when I looked at the shipping, it cost me about $10, $12. So, you know, it makes more sense to buy a couple of them than it is to buy one, but that's up to you and your budget. But overall, I think they've done a nice job on this thing. I can't really complain. I don't see any flaws in the paint, and I don't see any flaws in the unit itself. Looking forward to getting the rest of them on the layout, and we'll have some fun by getting them out there and running them around. So one thing I wanted to go back to on this packaging, and I think this is really a great thing that Class 1 Model Works did. When you get the box, there is a flap that you can open. And when you open the flap, it has Class 1 Model Works in there. It tells you what they're doing in terms of the type of model they have, and then a window to see the car when it's in the packaging. I think that's a pretty cool thing. Also, there are 2 magnets, one on each side of the box, so that when this flap closes, you can hear it. You can hear it. That's the magnet, and it holds them closed. And you can see I'm having a little difficulty here with one hand, but there's magnets right here in each corner, which is interesting, so it means there's got to be a magnet or something in here, but it closes the box nice and clean. Now, I moved these units up onto the layout, and you can see, as I said, we looked at the Conrail version, okay, and you can see the nice white grayish color there. I don't know what Conrail really calls it, but it was more of a gray color. And then I posted up here next to it the CSX X Transportations. Why? Because in many instances, Conrail was absorbed by CSX and Norfolk Southern. And you can see that's the typical CSX colors that they have for their type of hoppers. Of course, now they've got all different colors, black and brown, but this was the early 1978 through probably the mid 80s and 90 colors. Then you have the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and I'm going to call this brownish red, but I'm not really quite sure what to call it. It's almost like a burnt brown, but that's the Burlington Northern Santa Fe. And as I said, each one has slightly different markings on it. Notice that the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, as obviously a later year, has reflective tape on it. And if you go down to the CSX version, you have it as well, but it's very hard to see. And again, in the Conrail, you don't have any at all. So that is a reflection of how the railroad industry evolved, so that when you're on the road in a car and a train is passing by, or for that matter, when it's going by anything, it's got reflective tape to indicate that there's a car there. So I think that Class 1 Model Works has done a real good job with bringing these 3 units through the course of 1978 to today. Again, I will get an engine on the front end of this thing and we'll take them around the layout, but I wanted to get these close-up pictures for you. And you can see that the Burlington Northern Santa Fe 405050, then we have the road number 45004, CSX Transportation 225103, 224987, and we have Conrail 883729, like I indicated before, and then 883924. So these are what I've purchased. I like them enough that I'm probably going to make another purchase of 6 and create another unit train. So I am happy I bought them, and we'll get them on the layout right away. So here are the new Class 1 Model Works PS3000CDs on my layout, being pulled by Scale Trains 1776